Today, the return of the Golden Girls Convention.
Golden Con debuted in Chicago last year, bringing fans of the classic sitcom together from all over the world.
Yeah, and this year organizers are promising guests a closer look than ever before behind the scenes of the show.
Yeah, here with us now are some Golden Girls guest stars. We have David Leisure. You may also remember David as Joe Azusa, as well as Sam McMurray, and of course, Zach Hudson. Thank you all, the co-founder of the Golden Con. Good morning, and thank you guys all for being here.
Well, I was up already, you know.
Yeah, of course you were.
Sure
Getting fabulous.
Yeah.
Zach, why don't we start with you, because you're the co-founder of the Golden Con. What is Golden Con?
Right, it's a 3-day celebration and hopefully moment to uplift people who love the Golden Girls. That is a mighty, mighty number. It grows year over year. The Golden Girls are more popular than they have possibly ever been, even when they were on the air. We're at the Sheraton Grand Chicago Riverwalk all weekend long. Writers, wonderful guest stars, producers, fun things to do, all about the Golden Girls.
And fans, huh?
Exactly. And it's amazing you mentioned the show is more popular now than it's ever been. Any idea why?
I do. Betty White said this on a Paley Center for Media panel one time. Somebody asked her that question, and she just said, it's funny. It is funny.
It is.
And, you know, we talk about chosen family a lot these days, and those were 4 people set aside kind of from the mainstream who chose their family, lived together, made a wonderful life, made hilarious jokes that are still as funny today as they've ever been.
I agree.
Oh, wow. Sam, David, got to get you in on this conversation. Why is this weekend so special for you?
Gets me out of town. I was going to do a perp walk, but somebody beat me to it. David and I are actually old friends. When I first moved out to LA from New York in 19 anything,
Yeah.
he and I just sort of would hang around and do stupid stuff together. And
Very true.
And then I did an empty nest with him, in fact, which was I guess the first episode after the pilot.
Well, some folks may not know what Empty Nest is. Yeah, tell us a
You
little.
know that, no?
Well,
With Richard Mulligan, the loveliest of the lovely, and oh God, Dinah Manoff and
Christy McNichol.
Christy McNichol, who I was supposed to marry in the pilot episode, and then then I'd be paying for all of this, but it didn't work out. She kicked me to the curb. But David and I became friends back then, and we still are somehow. So,
Regardless, we're still friends.
Right.
yeah,
regardless.
David, you're laughing at him. What do you think about this weekend?
Oh, I'm so looking forward to this. I feel privileged to be here. I got to be with these girls for 7 years because they were across the hall. So I would go over and hang out with Bea and Rue and Estelle and Betty, and they were so charming. They also had the best craft service table in the world. So I would go over and steal their food.
So wait,
bring
you
it back to my set.
you actually worked on the set?
Oh yeah, yeah. We were all in the Whit Thomas Harris stable. And so their show was in one studio. We were in the other studio. So we would cross over. They'd come on our show. We'd go on their show. We had so much fun.
LA, right?
Yes, in Los Angeles. This was the Golden Girls, but it was a golden time for television too. You know, it was like a big, all these wonderful actors would come in and guest star, and I would be, just nonplussed at the people that would come on their show.
Yeah, I'm so curious. Okay, in your time there, right? Can you just tell us something that we don't know about each and every one of them? And because we feel like we know them, right?
Yeah.
But you were there.
So Estelle, she had a certain delivery, right? And so she.
And which one was Estelle? I'm sorry.
Estelle was
A little old one.
Sophia,
little, tiny
right?
old grandmother.
Sophia.
And
Yeah.
by the way, she was the youngest cast member.
When I heard
Yes.
that, she just played an older lady.
Get out of here.
So they put the makeup on her to make her look older than everybody else, but she was the youngest member of the cast.
Yeah, okay. Betty
know
White. I feel like we all know Betty, but
Betty
there's got to
White,
be
right.
something
Oh,
about her that you can tell us that maybe folks are going to see at Golden Con.
Betty was, they're all consummate delivery of lines and stuff. So Betty would love to one-up somebody.
Oh, really?
And so
She was competitive.
They all were competitive.
Oh.
Come on, these are stallions.
Yes,
These are thoroughbred actresses. And so every once in a while, somebody would go up on a line and things would have to shut down. Betty would come out and entertain the audience instead of the warm-up guy. And she would just regale them with stories, and then she'd go back, and then they would start the scene again. She was terrific at that.
Wow. Live studio audience, too.
Live
Over.
studio audience.
Oh my God, Blanche.
Blanche was a doll. Oh my God. Rue was so charming. She was a lot like her character. She was slick.
I was going to say she's my spirit animal, so what does that say about me?
I think you're perfect.
We can't forget about Dorothy.
Yeah.
Dorothy, yeah. Oh, so I was intimidated by Rue because she's very tall.
tall, yeah.
And she's very good at what she does. And so she played, you know, she could deliver a line too, but she was sort of like the straight guy in the show, right?
Yes.
So she was, and when she's in character, and I guested on the show and she guested on our show, I was a little intimidated by it.
I could see
It's a vibe, right?
Yeah.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.